When I was a ranger, I was afraid to do a lot of things. Honestly speaking, I was afraid of every single thing that my commander asked me to do. I feared going to camps, didn't like the idea of it at all. Cried every time I knew that there was a camp that was coming up, and even though my brother and sister were there, I would never feel comfortable. So being a commander today and seeing the kids being scared themselves, I know how they feel. I'm really glad we had an advancement camp recently, and there was a new boy that joined Rangers this year. And he came to Discovery Rangers, and he was not familiar with anybody. He did not have friends. His mom was pushing him to go to Rangers, and he went just because his mom said so. And slowly he began to warm up because, I spoke to him. I said, hey, it's really a lot of fun if you go to this camp and you get to meet so many people. There'll be a council fire, you get to dress up, and there'll be prizes and games and things to learn. And at first he didn't want to go, but I spoke to the mom, and the mom said, you know what, he told me last night that he wanted to go. And I was like, yes! So I saw him at the camp, and at first he was sitting in a corner all by himself, not talking to anybody. But when it came to games time, he just let himself all out, and he went and played with all his friends and got to know people. And when it came to the council fire, he actually got a costume for the council fire. And I didn't really expect that from him because he's new. And when the mom came to speak to me, she said, you know what he told me? He said, Mom, I really want to go for the next camp. I'm really enjoying myself, and I'm making friends. And it's really good to see that they break out of fear and they're really enjoying themselves. So it's a really good encouragement for us as commanders as well, because to see that we can impact them the way our commanders impacted our lives as well.
When we have mentorship, we actually build a relationship, and it's that relationship that the commanders and the rangers build that sets us apart from just say looking at the internet screen learning and learning from a book, because we're actually interacting, and when we interact, in a way you can say we learn better, and it's in a way when we interact it's more applicable to us. We'll be able to pick up certain things better than just learning from a book, and I see it as also a transfer of experience.
Basically, for us, when we grew up in Rangers, we had our commanders to look over us, and we were mentored by them. And that's mainly the reason why we stayed in this ministry, because we saw our commanders, teach us, and we saw their passion, and we saw that, they really wanted us to learn good things. So it's important for a kid to have a mentor because it really shapes them and it molds them into a better person, to learn good values and to be above reproach.
The bond that Rangers gave us is actually very hard to break, and that's the greatest thing that Rangers have given me now. And the amazing set of friends we have, which is our group is called the PBF, Pioneer Boys Forever. Yay!
It's not about who wins or who earns the most medals, but at the end of the day, it's about your character and how you are. And for us, I think, for me personally, Rangers has played a huge role in molding me, in creating a character that is not only, I would like to say godly, yes, but who is responsible, and it teaches, I guess, mentorship is very important because it teaches you how to prioritize. It's not about just being better, but it's about being the best you can be.
To have these Rangers friends, this is why they impacted my life so much. They put the positive influence into my life, I looked up at Commander Terrence growing up, and I thought, that's how I want to be like. I want to be the guy that sows the seed into the other people. I feel really happy to be a leader. Growing up in Rangers, right, I feel that it's really impacted my life.